Hey, welcome back to my channel. For the past 2 weeks, I did not upload any new videos. This is because I have this midlife crisis. I'm going to be 35 really soon, around the corner, and I was kind of worried about what I've done in my life, what I'm going to do, and where I want this project to go. And I took my time, so I developed a way that I think is the answer for me personally to organize my content to help and guide artists through different stages of their art development. This is the artist roadmap, art career, art business roadmap. I don't know yet how to call it, and maybe you can give me some suggestions. It's still the beta version, and if you have any suggestion, make sure you write me a comment in the comment box below. So I have categorized the artist development, art business development into 6 different stages, 0 to 5. I know there's a 0 in there, and I'll explain you why I put 0 in there. I think it's also super important. I'm not trying to say this is the only way to do things or the best way. I'm trying to categorize my content and put them into different boxes for artists to consume at different stages of their career, so I can help artists better, more efficiently and more effectively. And that's the reason I want to do this artist roadmap. The stage 0 is the core passion. Core passion is like a little seed in your heart that is going to grow. That is the moment maybe you visit an art exhibition, or maybe you see your parents painting or collecting art, and you say to yourself, I want to become an artist. This is what I want to do in life. So that is the little seed. Core passion is the fuel of the vehicle that drives you to the success as an artist. You have to do it for the right reasons. And this is basically the fundamental of the fundamental. I talked recently to 2 different artists, and I asked them the question, why you decided to become an artist? The artist A told me because when he was volunteering for an orphanage as a teenage high school volunteer, he went in there and draw some stick figures, and the kids loved it, and he decided to become an artist because being an artist means sharing joy, means giving positive energy to the world. That was his core passion, his drive. And the artist B told me because he saw on the news that an artist sold a banana stick to the war for $150,000, and he thought, oh, it's easy money. There isn't a wrong reason to do the right thing. I mean, becoming an artist won't hurt anyone. You're not committing a crime, so it doesn't really matter what's the reason for other people. But for you, as an artist, if you don't have the right reason, you don't have enough fuel in your vehicle to go far. Maybe after 1 year, maybe after 2 years, you find it's really difficult to become an artist and you want to give up because it's not easy money. It's not quick money. It's not like what you thought it would be, and you say, I'm over, I'm quitting. And this can be very bad in the long term if you don't have a solid let's say core. When you are rolling in this hard rocky road, your core will be broken and you're more fragile, and unlikely you will have a successful career as an artist. And that's why it's very important to have a solid core, to have a really good seed that will grow into a big tree in the future. Stage 1, direction. Choosing a direction is difficult. I know a lot of artists who want to choose several directions, but let's be realistic. We all have 24 hours a day. Maybe you have only less than 8 hours, maybe 5 hours a day to work on your art because you have to bring home the bacon. You have other liabilities and commitments. You have to take care of yourself or your family, and you have to do exercise, right? Like walk your dog, feed your cat, little things in life take a lot of time too. So you can't just say, okay, I want to take 2 different projects, 2 different directions. It likely will not be successful if you choose 2 directions at the same time. What you could do though is to choose one primary direction on which you will be spending most of your money and time and energy, and then a secondary direction where you could explore, experiment a little bit, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, you don't lose anything. That might work, but make sure that you don't communicate both directions. Other people can feel very confused seeing you doing all different things. Again, jack of all trades, master of none. This is a complicity that I talked about in another video. So choosing a solid primary direction is like setting off your boat to the sea. You want to set to the direction, not going everywhere, right? Number 2, style. Style is super important. When people see your art, it's like seeing a little bud of this flower bud, like a rosebud, right? They can see if it's a tiger lily bud, rosebud, or it's going to be a cactus fruit bud. They can see it already from far. So this is already the stage that people are curiously looking at your art to see what kind of art you will develop. So I would say it's really important to show one consistent style. When you experiment with different styles, don't go everywhere. Maybe don't show everything, at least not in the same social media account, because people can be very confused. When they see different kind of flowers and they lose kind of attention, they're like, what kind of things you're trying to grow when you have like 1,000 different flowers in this field, and they are confused and they think maybe you're not serious, you're just experimenting. And when it comes to style with people watching you, it's very much like a social media. You need to have a recognizable, striking, distinctive visual identity as a style for people to see, okay, this is the art from artist ABCD. Otherwise, they'll just think you are just a generic copycat artist that does not worth their time, so they'll just swipe you away. So you need to make a dent in their memory. How to make a dent? It's easier said than done. There's 3 ways you can combine, or you can choose one: bigger, better, or different. Bigger is to say, for example, you're a street artist, you paint the biggest building in your town, you make this huge street art outside, that is bigger. Better is using premium materials, you put a gold, diamond, or whatnot on your art, or use a better technique and make sure that you use the, let's say, the best technique you can get, practice and show it to the world, like you're the best technique in this town for photorealistic street art, for example, and you can proudly present your art the best. And the different is, let's say, technically easier if you don't have enough money, time, or don't have a solid skill. Being different can be really little things. For example, recently one photographer's work is really trending. This photographer did a time-lapse of the night sky. Usually the night sky time-lapse videos are shown in a way that the camera is fixed, the earth is fixed, the stars are rotating. But this artist did is to rotate the camera precisely in relation to the speed of the rotation of the stars. This little difference really made a big visual impact, and this photographer's video got really viral lately, and I've seen it everywhere on every social media. You see, the little things made the difference. And maybe he's not the best night sky photographer. He did not shoot the biggest photo or biggest exhibition. He did not go to the biggest mountains to do it. But the way he did it was very different. So that was the part that he made to stand out from the rest of photographers who shoot night skies in his niche. The next is the reach. The reach is the hardest because nowadays there are a lot of flowers competing for the attention of the bees on social media. So this reach is like you having your art as a beautiful flower, and you want to attract the right kind of bees to come and make honey so that you can make fruit. So this stage, what you want is really work on the exposure, work on the presentation. Don't chase after the bees. I don't know if you have ever been maybe a night market. Some street vendor will come to you and say, buy my rose, and you're like, go away, I don't want to buy your rose. You know, like this is not the right way you want to sell your art. You don't want to show yourself as a desperate flower chasing after the bees. Instead, you want to just be there, show how beautiful your flower is, make sure that the bees know about it, right? By sending newsletters, by having a website, social media accounts, by maybe making some exhibitions. So you maximize your exposure, you present yourself in a very delicate way to make sure that people don't think you're desperate or sell out. So that is the stage of the reach. The next stage is the most rewarding. That is the sales. You're ready to present the fruit. That is the body of your work. I think is a perfect metaphor for your art. You can sell in different ways. You can do like wholesale, right? Business to business, selling to hospitals or schools or institutions. You can also do a retail, like selling each art as an independent work on your website, on Saatchi Art Finder, different channels. Or you can chop it up, right? Sell little, a slice of watermelons like that, to sell mutables, to sell duplicates, to sell art prints and merchandising, to maximize your profit as an artist. And don't feel shamed about it, because you deserve it. After years of hard work, after cultivating your tree to have this fruitation stage, you are the artist and you deserve every bit of profit from those fruits. So don't be afraid to squeeze the lemon a little harder to make lemonade, so that you can get the income you deserve as an artist. And now you might think this is the end of the art business, art career, because you're already selling. What more could you ask? Not at all. There are other things you have to do to maintain your business, to let's say answer to the ever-evolving market. And nowadays, market changes quite a lot since COVID. Different sales channels, different communications. Every day we face new challenges. So the last stage, number 5, is the development. Is the constant development. Every company has this also research and development department to evolve, to keep pushing new and better products, I know in an artist ways, new and better art, to your collectors, so that you stay relevant, you stay competitive in this very, let's say, turbulent times. So you have to upgrade yourself and keep yourself up to date with what is going on around yourself in our society today. So those are the 6 stages, 0 to 5. Maybe I have to rework on the numbering. It might be a little confusing, of your art journey, of your personal development as an artist. What do you think? Which stage are you currently in, and what are the biggest challenges that you face today as an artist? Let me know in a comment below. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.